Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. As the recording of this, it is Saturday, July 6, 2024. It is early, about 6:30 a.m. I'm heading to MCO, Orlando International, where I have a flight heading to Dallas, Texas. First, a layover in Atlanta, flying Delta Airlines. Gotta get moving. Got a flight to catch. It'll be a flight day, it'll be a travel day, layover day, checking into a hotel day in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Join me. Let's take a flight, shall you? See the sun rising over there off the horizon? It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Look at that, with the big cross there with the sun rising. That worked out pretty well. A nice little framed up shot. Heading to the parking area. $2 for the first 30 minutes or $24 daily rate. I will be doing the daily rate. I'm just going to Texas for a series of days, 3 or 4 days. This is a relatively short trip in comparison to some of the other ones I have done and will be doing. In fact, when I get there, I'm not even going to be renting a car. Just doing stuff around that general area for a few days, then coming back. Then I'm home for about 10 days, and I believe on the 18th, 17th, 18th, 19th-ish, give or take a day of this month, I depart. And I was kind of filling out my calendar and booking hotels, flights, rental cars, travel things. I was looking at the calendar, and it doesn't appear as if I'm going to be back in Florida once I leave in middle of this month of July. Until the end of September, I will not be back in Florida except for like 5 or 6 days. So over the course of like 2 months, 2.5 months, 2 months, I'm only going to be home for like 5 days. So a lot of traveling coming up. This is just a short trip. I'm focusing on the control tower, but I got to head in because it's time to get in. I'm really excited about getting some coffee. I haven't had any yet. Kind of was in a rush to get everything packed up, ready to go. My backpack on, my rolling suitcase here as well. Also, I have my passport. I brought my passport with me. I'm not flying international today, but because I have a renewed passport, I'm gonna see if they accept that going through the checkpoints. I'm not even gonna pull my license out and just see. I'm pretty sure that passport is a more legitimate form of identification than a driver's license. I'm gonna test that out, even though I'm not going international yet, but it'll be the first time using that in a while. So this is kind of a go-to. Didn't make the swooshing sound when it switched around. But I've gotten in the habit of always parking up here by the flat deer on this top level. Got a little sunburst coming there. The tunnel. Going down. It's like you're running at an incredible rate of speed, Harry. All right, let's check the board here underneath this tile mural here on the ground with the shuttle Space Garden. It is called, and I'm looking up top. Mine is 15:05, 9 a.m. departure, gate 81 on time. Let me zoom. Try to do the zoom in here. Whoop, hold on. Again, I'm having some trouble with this. There we go. It is right up there. 9 a.m. gate 81, 15:05 to Atlanta, where I'm going to have the layover. No direct flight today. Just a quick little layover. And then off to Dallas-Fort Worth on time. I like that. Leaving Orlando. Haven't seen that shirt before. Looks like it's got a little spray paint style on the bottom of it there. And at this time of the day, it doesn't really look too incredibly busy in here. Sometimes it's good to fly early, also because sometimes when the bad weather will do delayed flights, it's later in the day. So flying early, not a bad thing. The iconic fountain here. Well, iconic to me. This is my home airport. This is the one I fly out in and out of the most. I fly to a lot of airports. But I really like MCO. It's very easy to park. Also, if you're flying in here, getting a rental car, they're located on property. You don't have to take like a shuttle to the rental car. They're basically right in the parking structure. Kind of like how Orange County is and a couple other airports. And it's not far from my place. 20 minutes if traffic's good. Park my car, go somewhere for a few days, or if I'm going somewhere for a few weeks, I get dropped off. It goes everywhere. It's a main hub. And it's got a nice little fountain here in the little courtyard area. And I always like to show this. It's called the Traveler. It's made out of, I think, silicone. It's not a real person. I have not gotten my global entry or the bypass the line, all that yet. Slowly but surely. I will at some point. The Traveler. It's made out of bronze chromed in oil, mixed media with accessories, 1985. But I got my passport, so slowly but surely getting things accomplished soon. Hopefully as time goes on, I'll get my global entry and my, I want to say front of the line, but it's not called front of the line, it's called something else. Quick line, no shoe line, I don't know what it is, but I got to get that. Look at this line. It's like a straight walk up. It's like hardly anybody over here in line. Gate 81, I think, is mine. So this is my gate. That went very smoothly, very quickly. I waited about a minute and a half, took my shoes off, took the laptop off, put it in the tray, put the bag in the tray. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Of course, it's early, so that has a lot to do with it. And going through the B gates, I've gone through other gates before, and there's like the one you get down at the other end of the airport, a lot longer line than this one. That one's always got a long line. This one, for some reason, didn't have a very long line. Nice. And I am happy to say I did not even use my regular driver's license. It's official, my passport, even though I'm not flying international today, can be used instead of a driver's license to go just on regular stateside flights. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I just wanted to use that. Ooh, it's humid in here. Air conditioned, but also humid. This door panel is temporarily out of service. I'm reading it backwards because the sign's facing the other way. Use the next door, which would be that door.
Please stand clear of the doors and hold on to them.
I'm on the gate link. That's what this is called, the gate link. Should probably like to stand against this pole right here. Brace myself. I'm gonna get a crossing of the two monorails there. This is a monorail. This is on one beam. A monorail, one beam rail. Really exciting because now I can get coffee when I'm over here. Yes. Over there glistening in the sun. Pulling into the Gateway station. I really like this airport. I don't know. Maybe I'm just familiar with it. Ooh, they have scorpions over here. Lollipops, sucker scorpions. They also have crickets down over here. You can get some seasoned crickets over there. Some gummy noodles. How about a tube of ooze? You can get a tube. Oh my gosh, these used to be called pixie sticks, but now I guess they're a little sillier than before. Now they're called silly sticks. Silly sticks. Imagine just chewing on one of these on the plane. That way you don't get like, I chew gum on the plane just to get my ears from popping on takeoff and landing. But what if I was just chewing on the person next to me would be like, why is that guy chewing on a big gummy waffle? It'd be very confusing for them. Yeah, to be honest, this is probably my least visited section of MCO. Usually I'll go to different gates. I've flown a lot of other airlines. I know I've flown out of Delta here in the past, but I just recently started flying Delta, more or less making that my airline. Signed up for some points for got the credit card for it. I got the SkyMile points, which will eventually at some point add up. But I'm not real familiar with this little section over here. But over time, especially next year, well, I got a lot of travels this year, but next year with all the international stuff, I should rack up a lot of SkyMile points for Delta. Now there is a Starbucks here, but there's also the Delta Sky Club, and I believe I'm part of the Sky Club membership now. But I don't know how many of those I get. Do I have to take the stairs all the way up there? I'm just gonna check it out. I actually don't even want to go in the lounge today, but I'm gonna check it out. Unless it's just complimentary coffee, then maybe I'll get some, because I think that comes with the credit card and all that I... Oh, look at this carpet on the... elevator. That's fancy. I think you get so many Sky Club visits per year, so I don't want to like burn through them. All right, I just talked to one of the team members, Melissa, very nice in here. So she was saying, because I do have the Amex card that's connected to my Delta SkyMiles, that all the lounges for the rest of 2024 are unlimited, and that includes food, coffee, things like that. You got the departure board up here. She said in 2025 I get 15 visits to the lounges per year, unless I rack up a bunch of SkyMile points, and then obviously that will be unlimited if I get a certain amount of SkyMile points. The thing about me though, I don't really like sitting around before a flight. I like to pace and walk and go through the gates and the terminals and all that, but I will probably at some point, I don't want to eat before I get on the flight, so I don't know if I'll ever use the buffets unless I'm like got a massive layover, but I will take advantage of this coffee here. Yeah, no line. This is all included on the lounge. I mean, the not waiting is probably the best part of all of it. Look at that. That is piping hot. Look at this. They got bananas, they got oranges, they got some fig Newtons over here. Looks like they got some, oh man, they got hummus, like Greek yogurt, some soups. They got all kind of stuff in here. Homemade grits, oatmeal, sausages, egg, bacon, just like a bunch of everything in here. Yeah. Hash brown potatoes. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Look at the little sweet desserts over here too. I'm gonna set my coffee down right there and just kind of meander around. So you got some bugs on the wall over here. You got some restrooms down here. Yeah, it's definitely nice. I don't know how much time I'll spend in here, but yeah, it's pretty nice in here. Pretty nice. I'll take a look over here. We got some Mickey and Minnie Mouse artwork on. Look, some really nice chairs and sitting areas. Very a lot of elbow room. I'll take a look at this classical bicycle right here. All the different times across the world. That's pretty cool. Don't know if they're all correct. I don't think these are not correct times. The times are off. All right, back over at my gate now. I think I spent about a minute and a half, 2 minutes in there kind of wandering around, but now I'm back over to the gates now. Ooh, the sun is definitely up now. You can see, it looks like all the Delta planes park over at this little particular gates and terminal. So this whole section is specifically Delta. Now, I think the lounge is definitely going to be very beneficial, especially if there is a massive delay. Like, let's say I had a layover, and the layover there was a delay or a cancellation, and I'm stuck in an airport for 5 or 6 hours. I can see myself definitely lounging in there. Or if it's later in the day, I don't really eat like breakfast early in the morning, and definitely don't want to like fill up on the belly before getting on a flight. I like to have an empty stomach when I get on a flight. It's just better that way. It just kind of worked for me. But if there's ever an issue, or if I have a long period of time that I'll be stuck in an airport and I know I'm not going anywhere, then definitely the lounges are definitely going to come into. But when you're going to be sitting on a plane for hours, the last thing I want to be doing is just like sitting for a couple hours before boarding. I don't know. That's just me. Not everybody thinks that way, but yeah. I think it's going to be a beneficial thing, but today I'm not utilizing it, so to get some coffee. And this is the correct Florida time. We just moved up one. It's 6 minutes until 8 a.m. My flight departs at 9, which means it's probably going to board in about 25 minutes. It usually boards about 40 minutes prior. So it should be boarding in a little less than a half hour, 26 minutes. I also like to wander around and look at a lot of the gift shops and things in here, of course, because we are in Central Florida, standing here currently at the moment. They have a lot of Disney stuff. You got some, these I've never seen too. These are the Disney Burrito is the company. Right down here, you got Eeyore. You got the other characters all around here, Mickey and Minnie. You got Alice in Wonderland there. Cute Orlando shirt there. I would imagine that Barbie, because of the popularity of the film, has probably brought back popularity of the dolls. Look how many of the Barbies. They even have some Disney princess Barbie dolls in here too. I'm sure the movie helped kind of rejuvenate. I mean, it was already a popular product, but yeah. This is not my plane, but this is another plane here on the little Delta side over there. You can also see Southwest going by down the runway. Also has the LSG Sky Chefs loaded on some food. I believe the flight to Atlanta is only like an hour and a half, and then another 2 hours from Atlanta to Dallas. Probably not a meal on this flight. Probably not. Yeah, I guess I should be showing this one because this is my gate in my plane. I don't think there's a meal because when you have usually a meal's only served when you're in the air for more than 2.5 hours, give or take. I don't think I am at any point today. It's interesting because I will eat a small meal on a plane when I'm sitting in the seat section up front, but I don't know about gorging myself with the buffet at the lounge. I don't know, maybe at some point, but I feel like when I'm eating on a plane, then I know I'm going to land soon, then I know there'll be a facility right when you get off versus having to use the one on the plane. I don't know. It's all in my head, I think. All right, it is time now to board. I am in seat 5D. 5D. That's my seat. Window seat. I always try to get a window seat so I can film out the window. I like to have my little cubby hole next to the window. Some people prefer the aisle seat. I like to have a window seat. It's just me. 5D.
I like it.
Still getting used to this gimbal. 5D.
So you guys want to talk to the little business here?
Flying a D75-200. I'll let this show which model plane I'm flying on. Also, seat section, you get a complimentary water. That's my seat partner over there. They haven't arrived. I don't know who it's going to be. You get a little start off with water. I've already finished the coffee. It was from the lounge. It was not a large coffee, so I'll probably end up getting another coffee. I like all the leg room.
What's that? I should be able to keep it. Yeah, in the big part of training, it should be a 50.
Battery Wi-Fi is available on today's flight.
You want to take the boat? You want to take the boat to the Bahamas with the trial run? 3 of us?
on your seat for eating?
So please keep your seatbelts fastened, please. And we will be in again here shortly. Thanks.
Okay, I gotta go from A to B. Walking through here. Look, they're doing some kind of construction through here too. This is moving. I'm also walking very briskly. I could wait for the train, but I think it'd be quicker to just walk over to the B gates. Watch your step. Very briskly, and I think I'm going to make it on my plane towards the back of the line. Love Atlanta. It's going to be weird not going to Dragon Con this year. I went the last 10 years, skipping this year. Need a break from Dragon Con, plus with so much going on between now and October, wouldn't be able to go anyway. Before takeoff, you can kind of see downtown Atlanta over there, off in the distance, center of the screen, like behind the control tower. Hardly see the skyline. Oh, it looks like they're continuing the gates over here, doing a little construction. It's a big airport. Big airport, tiny plane.
Superman movie. The credit sequence is always, it's like done flying through the clouds like this, like Superman would.
Really fast for the duration of the flight. Conditions look nice. Light north winds, 5 miles an hour, good visibility. Call it mostly sunny skies and 86 degree over that. Upper 80s for temperature right now. Propagates on the is an Echo Concourse gate number 15, probably about a 10-minute taxi. Once you do have you on the ground, should have you at the gate for an on-time arrival this afternoon. I have a choice of your flight. Thanks for putting Delta Airlines and your travel plans. Great to have you on board. Hope to see you again real soon. Have a good rest of your holiday weekend. And flight attendants for the cabin for rapid, please.
ended up working out pretty well. I didn't have any major delays. It was a little bit rushed to get on my layover on the connecting flight. I'm looking through like a little, kind of like a little dirty window right here. I could purchase a coffee here, or I can maybe find the lounge if they have a Delta lounge here, and go get a coffee before going to get a ride share to my hotel.
And there is one right here. This has a little fancy fancy stanchions and a little blue door, which is probably going to automatically open. It does automatically open. Look at that. All right, I am utilizing it, and yes, they do in fact have. Look, they have a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine over here, and they have Starbucks as well. And check out the fancy artwork over here on the side of the. I'm not really sure exactly what some of this stuff is. I guess like any artwork, it's up for some sort of interpretation. It's in the eye of the beholder. And over there, got a view of the plains as well. Look, they have little Rice Krispie treats over here. You also got some southern greens, beans, mac and cheese. You got honey mesquite barbecue, charcuterie cheese board, turkey sandwiches. Here's the charcuterie board, naan bread, hummus, deviled egg potato salad. Oh my goodness. Okay, so truthfully, I think the lounges will definitely be a game changer, especially upon arriving. You know, like I said, I don't really want to like gorge myself or be tempted by a buffet style before getting on a plane. But if I got in late one night and before I went to a hotel somewhere when I'm traveling, I didn't want to grab a bite to eat at the hotel or trying to find food late in the evening. Well, not too late, because the certain ones I asked the people that were working in there. They said each one is a little different depending on the airport. This one closes at like 7 or 8. I said, well, what if there's like a delay or your flight's canceled or bad storms and things like that? And they said they kind of play it by ear, but they do not stay. They said according to them, they don't think a lot of them stay open all night in 24 hours. So you would have to you'd have to leave the lounge if there was an issue. But it was nice to grab a cup of coffee without waiting in line for another coffee. Didn't get any food, didn't eat any food in there, but that food looked pretty appetizing. And at some point, look at, they also have the Skylink going by, which is a pretty cool transportation device up there. So yeah. All right, just got to find where the ride share areas pick up. Down here, perhaps. Make my way over to my hotel for the eve, or actually for the next few days. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like the lounge thing. I think I'm gonna like Delta too. I had some major issues with American Airlines the last 4, 5, 6 times I've done it, and I'm kind of over them. All right, that was pretty simple. I had to walk about 200 yards to get over here to zone 42. To pick up in about a minute. Zone 42, right over here next to Terminal E. I'm looking for a Toyota Corolla. Big sculpture there. What is that?
This one?
Yeah.
This is like a sign of like the water.
It's different. And that's going to do it for today. Next couple days, next 2 full days, we'll be here in town. Got some things on the agenda. And then I'll head back home. Again, this is a very short tenure and a short trip here to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Then go back home in a few days, then home for a week or so, a little more than a week, and then massive rest of the summer into fall travel plans. Kind of exhausted, to be honest. I had quite a bit of coffee. I had a coffee when I first got to the airport. I had a coffee on the plane. I got coffee when I got to the final destination. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Went to Disney yesterday. Filmed all that. That was yesterday's episode. Was up late editing. Got up super early. Had to get to MCO. And now I'm here in the hotel. And I'm just going to relax the rest of the day. Maybe hit the pool a little bit later. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching the vlog.